if you go down, drop that run, that is how we from. Easy now, honey, if you go down. Easy now, honey, if you go down, drop that run, that is how we from.
Okay, now I think. Okay.
Did you have to restart the app?
Yeah, I restarted the app and it worked.
Okay. You probably didn't swipe out of it when you shut everything down last time.
Yeah, I restarted the app and it worked.
Okay.
Okay, I'll talk to you later.
Swipe out of it when you shut everything down last time.
Alright, we'll see how this works. Okay, hopefully this is working now. Okay, we're a little late to the game here. Had some technical difficulties. We're starting out here in the top of the third. Hudson Smith led off for us. He's got in there for a single over there on first base. Now up to bat is Aaron Costello. And pitch comes in, he fouls that off. Count is 0-1 into Aaron. Pitch comes in, but outside. Ooh, catcher makes a great snag there. Counts 1-1. Pitcher comes set. Here's the delivery. That ball's in there for another ball. Count is 2-1. Pitcher comes set. Moves in there. Ooh. He called in there for a strike 3. Aaron goes down swinging. Then we got Wyatt Williams. Grounder to short, tosses over to second base. Gets the out at second for the second out of the inning. That'll bring up Ashton Olsen to the plate. Ashton steps in. Wyatt takes his lead off of first. Pitcher checks him. Here comes the pitch. Wyatt takes off. And he's in there for a stolen base. Ashton settles in. Comes the pitch. Just a bit outside. And pitch comes in there, called for a strike. Pitcher comes set. Here's the delivery. That's a little bit upstairs. And Butch comes in here and strike out for Ashland. That'll take out her third out and retire to the side. All right, we're back here to the bottom of the third. Hudson in pitching for us. Comes set. Here's the pitch. Called for a strike one. Hudson comes set. Comes the pitch. Ooh, just a bit inside for ball one. Count is 1-1. Hudson set. Here comes the pitch. Swing, high fly ball down the right field side. Wyatt Williams makes a diving attempt at the ball. Foul ball. Count now is 1-2. 2-2, sorry. Swing, hard grounder over to Gage Robinson at third. Makes the throw. Oh. Jimmy can't hang on to that one. Give the Carbon batter a base on an error. Squares around the bunt, fouls that back. You got a runner on first. Count 0-1. To Jay Nichols. Scores around the bunt again. Doesn't quite pull that one back. In there for a called strike two. Hudson comes set. Checks the runner. Comes a pitch. That's downstairs for ball one. Comes a pitch. Check swing. Yes, he did go. Called for strike 3 for the first out of the inning.
Easy now, if you go down, that one, that's how we from. Easy now, if you go down.
Now after bat for Carbon. Hudson comes set, pitches in there for called strike 1. Pitch comes in, just a bit downstairs, called for ball 1. Hudson comes there. Here comes a pitch. Inside for called ball 2. Count is 2-2. Comes a pitch. All right, we're back. Sorry for the missed inning. Technical difficulties here. We're trying to get everything in order. We're kind of new to this, so. First up for the Hawks this inning will be Preston Madison. Pitch comes set. Here comes the pitch. Swing, foul ball. Comes the pitch. That one's down low for ball one. Here's straight. The ball comes in there. That's low for ball number two. Counts 2-1. Comes the pitch. Ooh, that one catches the outside corner. That evens it up to 2-2. Preston settles in. Here comes the pitch. That one bounces in the dirt for shortstop for North Sanpete Hawks. He settles in there. Here comes the pitch. Just a bit outside for ball number one. Here comes the pitch in for Tyson. That one's just a bit outside as well. Bringing the count up to 2-0. Tyson settles in here. Comes the pitch. That one's down in the dirt. That'll bring up a 3-0 count for Tyson. Way ahead in the count now. Tyson settles in here. Comes the pitch. That one's above his head. Tyson will take his walk down to first base. That'll bring up Hudson Smith to the plate. Hudson's the starting pitcher for today and has pitched really well so far in the game. Tyson on first. Tyson takes his lead. Pitcher checks him. Here comes the pitch. That's in there for a You know, as we're out here at the Carbon today, we're it's kind of different for Sanpete. We're actually a really young team if you're looking at it. Tyson's on base. He's only a sophomore. Hudson's starting pitcher for today. Also just hits that home run. He's a sophomore. Now up to the plate is Aaron Castillo. He's only a junior, so North Sanpete really working with a young team this year. Aaron steps up to the plate here, settles in. Here comes the pitch. Here comes the pitch to Aaron. Ooh, breaking ball called, swings in there for a called strike one. Ball outside just a little bit. Going there for a ball two. Count is 2-1. Here comes the pitch to Aaron. Just a bit inside for ball four. That'll put Aaron on first base. We'll have a pinch runner coming in for Aaron, as Aaron is the guy behind the plate back there. He's the catcher for North Sanpete. Pinch runner looks like Gage Oldroyd coming in. We got a meeting of the mound right here. It looks like Carbon's decided they're going to switch pitchers up, so we'll take a break and be right back with you. All right, we're back. Carbon's pitcher's got his warm-ups in. Now up to the plate is Wyatt Williams. He steps in the plate, just a junior for North Sanpete. We got Gage on first. Wyatt swings, foul ball. Count is 0-1. And Wyatt steps into the plate. Here comes the pitch. Wyatt swings. Fouls one off into the right side. I'll bring up 0-2 to Wyatt. Okay, Wyatt steps in here. Gage gets his lead. Here comes the pitch. Gage takes off. Wyatt swings off the pitcher's glove. And Wyatt is safe at first. Gage is safe at second. We got runners on first and second. That'll bring up Ashton Olson to the plate. Ashton just a junior here. Playing left field today. Ashton settles in here. Runners take their lead. Pitcher checks. Here comes the pitch. That's down low for ball one. Count 1-0. Ashton steps in. Pitcher comes set. Checks the runners. Here comes the pitch. That's in there for a called strike one. Runners take their leads. Pitcher comes set. Checks runners. Here comes the pitch. to Ashton. That pitch comes set. Here comes the pitch. Low. In there for ball 2. 2-2 the count to Ashton. 1 out here in the top of the 5th. Sanpete leads 5-0. Comes the pitch. Swing and a miss. For the out number 2. Now stepping up the plate is Gage Robinson. Senior this year, playing third base for the Hawks. He steps into the plate. Here comes the pitch. It's in there for a called strike 1. Runners take their leads. Gage is set, pitcher set. Here comes the pitch. Wide outside into the dirt. Catcher makes a great move to stop that ball. Count is 1-1. Pitcher comes set here. Here comes the pitch. Inside, away, gets away from the catcher. Guns down to third. Third baseman can't handle the throw. Gage safe in at third. Wyatt safe in at second. Really some good heads-up base running going on by the Hawks today. Runners take their leads. Here comes the pitch. Swing. Ball lands fair, but I believe Gage thought that it come off of his body. So that'll go down as a ground out to end the top of the 5th. All right, we're back here at the bottom of the 5th inning. Hudson's still on the mound. Carbon batter steps into the plate. Here comes Hudson set. Comes the pitch. In there for a called strike 1. Hudson's really been looking good today on the mound. And just a sophomore, so good things to come over the next couple of years with Hudson too. Pitch comes in and it swings. It's called for a strike 2. Count is 0-2. Hudson comes set. Here comes the pitch. Swing fouled back to the screen. Count remains 0-2. Hudson comes set. Here comes the pitch. Just a bit high in there for ball one. Count is 1-2. Hudson comes set. Here he's the pitch. Ooh, big breaking ball gets him. That's a swing and a miss, and down goes the Carbon batter for out number 1. Hudson comes set. Here comes the pitch. In there, ground ball. Off the right-hand side, foul ball. Here comes the pitch from Hudson. He's set. Here comes the pitch. Ooh, big breaking ball once again. Gets the Carbon batter to chase. In there for a strike 2. Oh, 2 the count. Here comes the pitch. Ooh, just a little bit low. Hudson really wanted that one. There for a ball 1. Count is 1-2. Here comes the pitch from Hudson. Ooh, inside, a little bit of chin music for the Carbon batter. Counts 2-2. Batter comes set. Hudson set. Here comes the pitch. Hudson tried something a little bit right there. Looked like he slipped on the mound. Bounced off the dirt there for ball 3. Count is full. Hudson comes set. Here comes the pitch. Pitch in there, ground ball over to Tyson Gaidos. Tyson over to Wyatt to record the second out of the inning. Our new Carbon batter steps up to the plate here. Hudson comes set. That ball's a little upstairs for ball 1. As mentioned, Sanpete working with a real young team here today. There's only 2 seniors on the field today for the Hawks. A ground ball up to Tyson Gaidos. Tyson over to Wyatt Williams at first for the 3rd out of the inning. That'll retire this side and move us to the top of the 6th inning, where the Hawks lead 5-0. We'll be right back. All right, we're back now. Here in the top of the 6th, Hawks lead 4-0. Pardon the incorrect score, but it's 4-0 now. And stepping up to the plate right now is Jaden Robinson, just a sophomore himself. That pitch is in there high for a ball. Jaden. Go for a strike. Counts 1-1. Jaden comes set. Here comes the pitch. Down in the dirt there. Count is 2-1. All right. Jaden settles into the plate. Here, pitcher comes set. Here comes the pitch. Breaking ball. Ooh, fouled out of play. There's strike two. Counts 2-2. Jaden settles into the plate again. Here comes the pitch. Just a bit outside. Jaden, he'll be faced with the full count here in the top of the sixth. And Jaden settles into the plate here. Here comes the pitch. At first. Jaden takes his lead. Chayton sets. Here comes the pitch. Chayton swings, fouls that one back to the screen. Here comes the pitch. Chayton pops one up. It's in shallow right field. The right fielder coming in and makes the catch for out number one. We'll keep Jaden at first here. Bringing up the top of the order for senior. One of the only two seniors in the lineup today for the Hawks. Here comes the pitch. Preston fouls it back to the screen. Jaden remains at first. Jaden takes his lead at first. Preston set. Here comes the pitch. That's in there. He checks swings. They say yes, he went for a called strike two. All right, Jaden takes his lead. Preston settles in. Pitcher comes set. Here comes the pitch. Preston swings, fouls that one to the right side, out of play. The Hawks batters have done a really great job today of battling out pitches, hitting the ball, and just seeing the ball today. Jaden takes his lead. Pitcher comes set. Here comes the pitch. The ball's out. Hawks. Here comes the pitch. Inside corner for called strike one. Tyson had a great half inning. Recorded 2 out of the 3 outs the last inning. Jaden takes his lead. Here comes the pitch. Big breaking ball. Catches Tyson off guard a little bit. Called for strike 2. Here comes the pitch into Tyson. Tyson reaches out for it. Hits the ground ball to second baseman. Second baseman over to first baseman to record the 3rd out of the inning. The Hawks leave 1 stranded. No score. We'll go into the bottom of the 6th for North Sanpete over the Carbon Dinos, 4-0. And we're back here at Carbon High School where the Hawks are taking on the Carbon Dinos. Bottom of the 6th, Hawks lead 4-0. Hudson Smith is still the pitcher. Hudson comes set. Here comes a pitch. High, deep ball to center field. Chayton underneath it, makes the grab. Looks like the sun was in his eyes a little bit there, but no problem for the center fielder for the Hawks. One out here at the bottom of the 6th. Hudson comes set. Here comes the pitch. Fouled back to the screen. Hudson comes set. Here comes the pitch. That one's fouled back to the screen. Well, in there for a strike 2. Count is 0-2. Here comes the pitch. Ooh, that one got away from Hudson a little bit. That's all right. Had one to give. In there for ball 1. Count is 1. Looks like Aaron's decided to come out and talk with Hudson and just assuring that everything's okay. And looks like everything's good now. Aaron's back behind the dish. Hudson comes set, checks the runner at first. Here comes the pitch. Just a bit outside for ball 1. Hudson comes set. Here comes the pitch. That's in the 3rd out of the inning. All right, we're back here at Carbon High School. We're going into the top of the 7 with the Hawks leading 4-0 over the Carbon Dynamos. Up first for the Hawks will be pitcher Hudson Smith. Hudson's already got a home run for the day. That pitch is in there just a little bit high. And there for ball 1. That pitcher comes set. Here comes a pitch to Hudson. Swing, fouls that ball back to the screen. Hudson settles in. Here comes a pitch. Just misses that inside corner to Hudson. For ball 3, full count here to Hudson. Pitcher comes set. Here comes a pitch to Hudson. Bit outside. Hudson takes his base. That'll bring up Aaron Costello to the plate. Aaron walked his last at bat. Thought we was going to have a pitch runner there for Hudson, but it's like, no, they're going to leave Hudson out on the base pass here. We got Aaron up the bat. Hudson on first. Aaron's been striking the ball well this year. Hudson takes his lead. Pitcher comes set. Here comes the pitch. That one on the outside corner called for strike 1. Count is 2-1 to Aaron. Pitcher comes set. Here comes the pitch to Aaron. Ball's just a bit outside. In there for ball 3. Count is 3-1 to Aaron. Wyatt, just a junior here, playing first base today for the Hawks. Pitcher comes set. Wyatt swings, line drive to left field. In there for a single for Wyatt. That'll load the bases up. That'll load the bases up for Ashton Olsen, playing left field today. We're at the top of 7. Hawks got the bases loaded, no out. Pitcher comes set, runners away. Big breaking ball in there, called for strike 1. A big opportunity here for Ashton to pick up a couple more runs for the Hawks. That ball's outside for ball 1. Count is 1-1 to Ashton Olsen for the play at home. Pitch comes in, big breaking ball. Freezes Ashton to record the first out of the inning. That'll bring up, looks like they've substituted out Gage and it's bringing Peyton in. That ball's in there for strike one. Side. Jaden swings and misses. Called strike one. Count is 0-1. Here comes the pitch. That ball's just a bit outside, in there for ball. Count is 1-1. And the pitcher comes set. Here comes the pitch. Catches the inside corner for strike two. Pitcher comes set. Here comes the pitch. Ball outside. They'll even up the count. We've got deuces wild with 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Bases loaded. The pitcher comes set. Here comes the pitch. Little chin music for Jaden. Inside for ball 3. We have a full count to Jaden. The runners will be moving on the pitch. Pitcher comes set. Runners go. Pitch comes in. Inside for ball 4. Jaden takes his base. All right, now we got up to bat Chayton Osborne. Same situations, bases loaded, 2 outs. Chayton fouls that one back to the screen. So now we have Jade Robinson on first, Wyatt Williams on second, and Aaron Costello on third. Hudson Smith came in for the score. Looks like we're going to pinch run for Aaron on third and bring in Gage Oldroyd to run for him. Count is 0-1. Comes a pitch to Chayton. That one's inside, brushes Chayton back up off the plate. All right, we got bases loaded. Runners take their lead. Everybody with a decent sized lead. Here comes the pitch. Chayton swings, drives one in the gap to right center. Jaden around third. Chayton stands up a double. Jaden to home and scores. That's a 3-run double for pitch comes in. Outside, ball 1 to Preston. That puts with that hit right there from Chayton. Pitch comes in, Preston fouls that one back. That big 3-run double from Chayton puts the Hawks up 8-0 over the Carbon Dinos. Count is 1-1 to Preston Matson. Here comes the pitch. Fouled down the left field side. Preston settles in. Chayton with the lead. Here comes the pitch. Ball's low outside. Preston will make the count 2-2. Chayton with the lead off second. Preston comes set. Pitch in. Preston drives one to left field. That'll be a single for Preston. Moving Chayton over to third. We've got runners at the corners. 2 out. Looks like we've got a break in the action here for a second. Looks like we're ready to go now. Tyson guide us up to the plate. Two outs, top of the seventh. That pitch is in there for a called strike one. Runners at the corner for the Hawks. Pitcher comes set, checks the runners. Here comes the pitch. The ball's low and outside for ball one. Pitcher comes set. Here comes the pitch to Tyson. That ball's in the dirt. Catcher keeps it in front of him for ball two. Count is 2-1. Pitcher comes set. Here comes the pitch. Tyson swings. Ground ball to the shortstop. Flips it over to the second baseman to record the out number 3 and retire the side. As we head into the bottom of the 7th, North Sanpete Hawks lead the Carbon Dinos 8-0. And we're back. Here in the bottom of the 7th, the Hawks lead the Dinos 8-0. Hudson's pitch in there, called for a strike one. Hudson comes set. Just misses that outside corner for ball one. Count is 1-1. Hudson's pitch. Just a bit outside. Check swing says he did not go. Count is 2-1. Pitch by Hudson. That's called for a strike 2. Count is 2-2. Hudson comes set. Here comes the pitch. Fly ball to center field. Chayton Osborne settles underneath it. Makes the catch to record the first out in the bottom of the 7th. The pitch. That one's downstairs for ball 3. Count is 3 for ball 3. Count is 3-0. Hudson comes set, behind in the count now. That one's in there for a strike. Count is 3-1. Hudson comes set. Here comes a pitch from Hudson. Another ball right there in the middle. Strike 2. That'll bring a count to 3-2, full count for the Carbon batter. Here comes Hudson. He gets him to chase the high ball. Swings through that ball to record the second out of the bottom of the 7th. Two outs here in the bottom of the 7th. Hawks have an 8-0 lead over the Carbon Dinos. Here comes a pitch from Hudson. Just a bit outside. Ball 1. Count is 1-0. Hudson comes set. Here comes the pitch. Ooh, just a bit downstairs. Ball 2. Count is 2-0. Hudson comes set. Here comes the pitch. Just a little bit upstairs for ball 3. Count is 3-0 for the Carbon batter. Hudson comes set. Here comes the pitch. Right down the middle, called strike 1. But you kind of had to figure with a 3-0 count, he was not going to be swinging the bat. So here's the pitch. Ooh, just a little bit inside. Carbon batter will take his base. I'll put a runner at first. Hudson comes set. Checks the runner. Here comes a pitch from Hudson. All right, after a brief visit to the mound, looks like we're ready to go again. Hudson comes set, checks the runner. Here comes the pitch. A bit upstairs for ball 2. Count is 2-0. Hudson comes set, runner gets his lead. Here comes a pitch from Hudson. Catches the inside corner there for strike 1. Count is 2-1. Hudson comes set. Here comes the pitch. A little chin music there. Count is 3-1. Dino's looking for something to happen here. with 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th. Hudson's pitch comes in there, gets called for the strike 2. So now we're at full count with 2 outs, 1 runner on. The Hawks lead 8-0 in the bottom of the 7th. Hudson looking to close this out right here. Ooh, that ball just misses the strike zone. Carbon batter will take his base. All right, we've got 2 on, 2 outs, the bottom of the 7th. Hudson comes set. Here comes the pitch. That's called in there for strike 1. Count is 0-1. Hudson comes set. Here comes the pitch. Big breaking ball catches the Carbon batter swinging. In there for a strike 2. We are now down. Carbon is down to their last strike. 2 outs, 2 strikes. Here comes a pitch from Hudson. Just misses outside. Count is 1-2. Here comes a pitch from Hudson. That pitch just barely upstairs, looks like to me. 2 strikes. Here comes a pitch from Hudson. Oh, big breaking ball. Gets the Carbon batter swinging. And that will end the game with the North Sanpete Hawks beating the Carbon Dinos 8-0. Great game, Hawks.